So, you have been working before, but you want to dive into marketing and communication. But then you're thinking, where do I even start? What jobs are out there for me? Relax, I have got you today. Today, we're breaking down the jobs you can do if you are pivoting from another career entirely to marketing. Hi, I am Zelia, your resident marketing cat. Making a career jump can be very scary. Everyone except a very few heroes will discourage you from making that move out of fear. See, don't allow that to deter you. There is no better time to make that move than now. Take it from me after stalling for 7 years. Everyone who has worked in HR, production, sales, business development, customer-facing role, administrative and coordinating roles, teaching, and many more can make a successful pivot into marketing. Now, let's talk about the possible jobs you can consider as someone with transferable skills. You could pivot to brand strategy. As a brand strategist, your job is to give brands a clear identity, purpose, and a voice that connects deeply with their audience. You'll be the mastermind behind how the brand looks, the way it feels, and the way it speaks. Another job that you can also consider as a mid-level professional who wants to pivot to marketing is event marketing. So this one I particularly love. I remember my time at the Elevation Church. I was in charge of event marketing and church planting. I always had to be the first person to experience each event in my head. What do I mean? So I think about all the possibilities that will happen at the event because, of course, I am the one in charge of creating the strategy, the marketing strategy. So I would leave the event and then I'll interpret it and put it on paper. So it was really an exciting thing for me to do. So event marketing strategy creation, that is your job. So event marketing doesn't just entail digital marketing or traditional marketing alone. The event experience is actually the main marketing because after all the external marketing has gone on, what the attendees experienced is why they would return, in the following edition. So I really used to take that very seriously, and it's actually a very fun job. As an event marketer, you must be very creative. You must love event planning and coordination because sometimes it would also be your job to plan the event. It depends on the organization you work at. And then you should be able to articulate your ideas on paper and then in turn present those ideas. You should be able to convince people to buy into your idea. And then one thing as an event marketer, you must know media marketers. And then you basically wear many hats. You will be a copywriter, you'll be a content creator, an email marketing manager, and so much more. All of this depends on the structure of the organization that you work at. And your job will be to promote brand events, from webinars to product launches and so much more. Even plan company events. If you don't have an event planner on your team or the company is not willing to hire an event planner, it will be your job. And then another job that you can consider would be digital marketing manager. I'm very sure that you are probably watching this video from your phone. If you already are digital space savvy, then maybe you can consider digital marketing because I'm very sure that at some point, even this week, you made a post online. You probably have written a copy on your caption or basically maybe done some form of promotion in the past, right? Or checked how people viewed your post and check your analytics. That is basically what digital marketing is. As a digital manager, it is your job to ensure that your product or brand connects with the target audience. So you must understand your target audience. You must know where they eat, how they speak, what they do, how they breathe. It is your job to know your target audience, understand your target audience, so you can then now tailor your campaign to respond to their behavioral change. And you must be able to speak like them, think like them, position the brand in places where they visit online. And you would also be required to run ads, analyze data, and optimize campaigns. For someone who wants to go into this field, who has interest, first, you should be sure that you love it. And then the next thing for you to do to quench or to feed your curiosity is to take free or paid online courses to build your skill set. So places like Hills and Tech, Google Digital Garage is free. Check it out. For your level, I would recommend taking paid courses. It doesn't hurt doing free courses, but you also need some paid courses. And then another job you can consider as someone who is already a professional is public relations. So you could be a public relations specialist. I'm very sure that you've heard the acronym PR. I'm not referring to Jackpot, so calm down. We're not talking about Canada here. A PR specialist is a public relations officer. They manage how people outside perceive or see an organization or an individual to maintain a positive public image and spread information about the brand. Public relations officer handle all external communication that creates a positive impression of the brand. As a PR manager, crisis management is also your job. So you would develop strategies to prepare for and respond and recover from crisis. This could, be cases whereby you have to, recall products, mitigate a negative employee action. So it could be anything, but ensuring that the brand has a positive outlook, a positive image is your major job. Public relations officer fosters media relations. So you would work with the press a lot because you would want, aside all the other free marketing that you'll be doing, you would ensure that you have a positive relationship with the press. So sometimes you will invite them in for a press parley, have conversations around whatever thing you want to put out there. So you would be in charge of building relationships with the community where the brand is visible. So for example, let's say a brand is in Lagos. What community social responsibility can you involve the brand in, to do in order to gain a positive outlook within the community? So that is also part of your job. And also planning and delivering PRO campaigns. So you always have to create and execute PRO campaigns for your clients or your brand. And then again, as with every other marketing job, data is king. So you should be able to gather data and understand the public and media opinion about your client or the brand. And it's also your job to ensure that the brand's messaging is consistent and is conveyed effectively across all communication channels. As a PR officer, you must have excellent communication skills, which involves both verbal and written. Your interpersonal skill has to be top-notch because you would have to work with multiple, teams, and then you should be able to multitask and work under serious pressure. You will need to highlight the following skills in order for recruiters to see you. Research and analysis. This is where you show how you can uncover insights about competitors and their customers, because that's where the money is. If you know the differences between them and their competitors, and also how their customers behave, you will do very well in any marketing space, marketing for a brand. Storytelling. This is where you show that you can craft engaging narratives for the brand. If you like to gist, you like to write, you can communicate. Maybe in your past job, you were very good at presenting, able to convince clients. Consider marketing. Highlight your storytelling abilities. Communication. This is how you show them how you can communicate effectively via the stories you tell, even with your colleagues and your teams. So this is like a mix of being able to communicate effectively and being a very strong team player, because employers will want to see that. Then as a marketer, you must be creative. So you need to highlight creativity. This is where you show them how you can develop unique and memorable strategies. I don't think I can even count anymore the amount of strategy documents that I have done or even ideas I have written. Some of them were approved, other ones were like X'd. And that is one strong skill you need as a marketer, because you're going to be creating tons of ideas. Sometimes for one particular project, you would create like 3 ideas for the client to choose one or your boss to choose one. Analytical thinking. This is where you show that you can think out of the box, you can measure results, and then now upgrade or optimize your strategy. So as a marketer, like I mentioned even in my past videos, you must be someone who is willing to learn, someone who is open to change, and is spontaneous. So being an analytical thinker means that you think out of the box, you are able to change, because as a marketer, whatever material you're putting out, you're seeing how people react to it and then changing based on their reaction. So the next job you can pivot to as someone who is looking to go into marketing is copywriting and content writing. As a copywriter, you should be very good with words. See, copywriting is all about writing to sell, persuade, and convince people to take an action. So you might be required to create catchy headlines. You might be required to create email campaigns. For certain projects that I've done, before the project date, I had already created all the emails that will go to the client from the beginning of the project till the end. You'd also be required to write scripts, essays, social media captions if needed, and many more as the brand requires. So you see why you must really love writing. You see that ad that you can't forget, a copywriter wrote it. For example, "Mama, do something, you too good." That Indomie ad, someone wrote it, a copywriter wrote it. So it's a really fun job, only if you love it. Trust me, coming from someone who had a copywriting job at the beginning of my career, at that point, I really did not like writing. And I came to understand that I personally love writing, but I wouldn't want to do writing as the only thing I do. I like to do other things. I like to be involved in the entire project from the beginning, the entire campaign. I want to have a touch in everything. So clearly I'm a strategist as opposed to me just being focused on one thing. So that is it for this video today. I hope this video has helped you figure out your next pivot strategy. Now your assignment. So I need you to list out 3 of these roles that interest you, and then drop them in the comment section below. Then I need you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And as someone who already has a different career path, I think you actually need the CV revamp person the most. If you want the CV revamp person's contact, drop CV revamp contacts below in the comment section, and I'll share it with you personally or privately. And then you cannot afford not to be on LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile today, immediately after this video ends, after you've subscribed, go on LinkedIn and create a profile for yourself. Speak to the CV revamp person to optimize your LinkedIn. Very important. And then by the time you've reworked your CV with this person, and then your CV is like looking big, upload it on LinkedIn, then tag me at Imobo Kafene Zilia. I am on LinkedIn. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share this video with that one friend who is still figuring out life. See you next week with more gist. Let's make marketing magic together. Bye guys.